Minecraft is a kid's game, known for its chilled, laid-back, easy-to-grasp gameplay. The game has been out for over a decade and is the most sold game to ever exist. Why is this? Well, because of its easy gameplay, lack of violence, and the ability to show off your creativity skills in the ways of building, redstone, and even command blocks. This opened the door for many players to find shelter in one of Minecraft's many communities. I have even made lifelong friends from playing Minecraft, friends that I still play games with to this day, friends that I've even met in real life. Now, this video isn't a nostalgia trip. Today, I want to go into a different route and talk about some of Minecraft's many controversies. Just a disclaimer before the video starts, a lot of the subjects I'm going to speak about in this video come from a Minecraft controversy iceberg created by Mr. Seal. Though I'm going to use ideas from the iceberg and you should really go check it out, I'm not going to go over the entire iceberg since that's just going to take way too long. Instead, I'm going to take a few of my favorite ones and then put them in here. That being said, while the early entries might be a bit tame, I try to make it so that the later entries will definitely have you questioning Mojang and Microsoft practices against their own community. You know me, I'm not a cringe lord with a deep voice, if you couldn't tell. So I won't try to lie or hype up these cases for the sake of the video. So for all intents and purposes, grab your favorite drink, snack, and get wrapped up into a cute little blanket burrito as we move into our first subject and start talking about Mojang's empty promises.
But then we got great feedback from you guys in a lovely community, and you taught us that a lot of species of fireflies and firebugs that are out there are poisonous to toads and frogs.
1.20 sucked. It was released a full year after 1.19 was out, and for most people, they weren't pleased when they realized that they waited a year just for a couple of blocks, 2 mobs, and a lackluster mechanic.
Now, the exact thing on the list is fireflies, so because of that, we're going to start there. So if you don't know, at one point in Minecraft's life, fireflies existed, but were removed for a certain reason. Before we get into that, we must first ask why. Why was Mojang adding fireflies to Minecraft? The simple answer to that question is immersion. 1.19, the Wild update, was supposed to be an update to Minecraft that overhauled the overworld. Not entirely, but adding ambience to the game, making the world feel more alive. If you watched my last video, I went into an entire rant about this whole thing. The reason it caught controversy is because the reason it was taken out of the game. Why was that, you might ask? Well, it turns out that if frogs eat a firefly, the bug contains a certain toxin in its body that can be poisonous to frogs. And since the entire point of fireflies were to 1. Be ambience, and 2. Be food for the frog, Mojang ended up scrapping them entirely. Though, they said that they aren't against the idea of adding them later on.
I still think that the fireflies are super interesting as an idea and a concept, and they're part of our ideas library. But we don't have any concrete plans for adding them in any upcoming update.
Which makes no sense, since if all they were going to do was change the food frogs ate, which they did, why did they decide to fully remove them in the first place? This, along with the next empty promise, the 1.19 Birch Forest update. Now, this one is a bit debatable, since Mojang actually never said they were going to add this to the game. Instead, why players were mad was because they showed very stunning concept art showing off a very good looking update to the worst looking biome in the Minecraft. And in the defense of players, yes, Mojang, you're in the wrong. Showing people concept art of what the update can look like, then adding none of that to the game is bad. It is your fault, you messed up. Fix the problem instead of making excuses. Unlike the fireflies, there's really not a lot of reason they didn't put it in the game. All we really know is the update probably got too big, so Mojang just had to scrap it all in the end. These actions really hurt the reputation of Mojang, as after this, a lot of the updates downsized and a lot of fans have ended up losing hope for the studio. Man, I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. Moving on, we have a racial slur appearing in a snapshot from 2012. This one is pretty cut and dry, so let me explain how and why this happened. Minecraft, though I don't know if they do this anymore, used to outsource their translation for the game, meaning that they would give it to random people. This meant that one silly goofball was all it took to put one of the highest grossing games of all time into the media spotlight for a negative reason. After someone switched the game to the South African based language Afrikaans, the single player button would show up with a silly little message. And because of the pigmentation of my skin, yeah, I'm not going to say that. This was eventually fixed in the next snapshot of the game, and at the end of the day, it wasn't Mojang's fault. They had no way of knowing that some random South African guy would hit them with the 1-2 and the biggest troll of 2012. Now, while I'm not going to focus on YouTuber controversies for the sake of this video, I do want to talk about cases that involve the game directly, even if they're in the real life. Now, what case could I be referring to when I talk about a gun case being blamed on Minecraft? Did a school shooting happen? Did someone kill their friend over a griefing issue? No, none of that. In late September of 2013, a 9-year-old kid brought an unloaded gun, a magazine with some bullets inside, a knife, and a hammer to school. The reason? Well, I couldn't seem to find the kid's story on why. This is over a decade ago, meaning, holy shit, this kid's the same age as me. Oh my god. Anyways, from what I could find, it seems that the dad told reporters in courts that it was simply his son acting out his favorite game, Minecraft. He explained that in Minecraft, you shoot zombies with guns and stab them with knives to protect yourself, along with digging dirt with your trusty hammer. That sounds like a different game. Obviously, that's probably not true, and it's more of a case that this kid's dumb as hell. It was 2013, and he brought his dad's gun to school thinking it was a toy. Yes, the kid probably got the ideas from video games, he thought it was cool, but the intent wasn't ill, and it should be put on the parents for not noticing all of these things missing. Like, you're telling me you didn't notice a gun, a knife, a hammer? You're telling me you didn't notice any of them missing? Alrighty. This one caught me a bit off guard when I first saw it. I thought looking it up would send me straight to some fucking porn site or something. Instead, I got an even dumber controversy. Though, this time, Mojang and Microsoft are actually kind of to blame. But not only them, this time, an entire government. Wow, we really went from Mojang not adding features to the game to the entire country of South Korea pissing off their people. So what happened? Well, all the way back in 2011, the great K-pop nation decided to attack, making it so any gamer under the age of 16 can't play video games after 12 to 6 a.m. This meant that Mojang back in 2012 had to find a solution, and the way they did this is by making Minecraft an R-rated game in South Korea, meaning you had to be 19 years of age to buy the game. But since Mojang didn't require you to confirm your age, people actually didn't have a problem with this. This was until 2022, when Mojang decided to migrate Mojang accounts to Microsoft accounts, thus requiring people to verify their ages and pissing off tons of people, since Minecraft is not a rated R game and thus shouldn't be treated as one. 88,000 people even signed petitions to the government to make the game so you didn't have to be 19 to play the game again. And honestly, the last update I could find on this issue is that Microsoft was looking in a way to fix the situation. I don't know if they have fixed it though. For the last topic of the video, I want to talk about one of the biggest, if not the biggest, controversial things done in the history of Minecraft. Now, this change didn't actually affect gameplay, but it did affect players who played multiplayer, and anybody who didn't want to move on. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about in 2021, Microsoft decided it was easier to migrate all Mojang accounts to Microsoft accounts. Why was this? Well, corporate bullshit. The best I could find was for gameplay improvements and improved UI, two of the things we still haven't gotten. The UI for Minecraft has been the same since 2011 for the most part, and the gameplay has gotten substantially worse since 2021. So why did this cause controversy? Well, this is a mix of a few things. For starters, it was required. This wasn't just a simple, if you do it, your account will be protected and we'll give you a free item. This was, do it or we will delete your account in a few years. And well, that's exactly what they did. In September of 2023, it happened. All accounts not migrated to Microsoft accounts were deleted, losing many OG accounts that were dormant for years in the process. Not only that, but a more secret, sinister reason. Player moderation. I remember getting banned during the start of this while playing on a buddy's realm, a private realm. I was spamming the chat with horrible things that could probably put me on a list. And eventually, when I reopened the game the next day, I was met with a weak ban. And since I was only playing with two friends who just really didn't know about the reporting system in general, I assume I was banned through Microsoft checking the chat logs of the official realms and seeing the messages. People were and still are livid about the addition of player moderation. Yes, there are good sides. Listen, if you're already writing that comment saying, well, but it's for the kids, it's for the kids. Yes, that is a good side. But if you're using swear words on a server where swear words are allowed and you're reported, you can still get banned. There's zero way to get context for the report and thus resulted in people being banned. Now, we have mods to protect against these invasive additions, but it doesn't help the fact that at any point, if Mojang wants to permanently ban an account that they don't seem Minecraft friendly, they can. And thus, controversy begins. that's gonna end it here. There's tons of stuff on this list I didn't get to talk about, so if you want to see an entire video going over the whole iceberg, I'll be happy to do so. I tried to also keep this closer to the game in Microsoft, so there wasn't any influencer drama, but if you want to see a video about influencer drama, make sure to comment that down below. And again, thank you for watching. You didn't think I was gonna let you on for the warning now, did ya? Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, that's nice. Now watch my other videos too. Go on. I'll wait.